Today, soybeans was up. The Chinese were buying a little bit more, and that's the announcement that came out of China. So also that USDA announced that another round of aid to the farmers is offering some relief, and it really kind of getting the market to jump up a little bit. We were up at one point almost like 10 cents, but as soon as the market starts to rally like that, we see a little more profit taking coming in. I think it's just day by day as the market moves. But interestingly enough, we're just like steadily higher, and the market is just churning up. Now, even though that we're higher, the volume of trade is relatively low, but it still is looking up. And as we're moving into these last 2 weeks of the year, it's very hopeful that something's going to happen before the end of the year, so we can get things rolling. And I think that a lot of the traders in the grain complex are hoping to get some news that the resolution is really on the horizon here, because I know that China is trying to make some good faith effort in making some purchases for soybeans and for corn. Now, with corn, the corn was firm today, but they're still waiting for news from China, because they said that they were going to be doing something, but we haven't heard anything. Now, remember that when we get the reports, it's just the reports of what they say they're going to buy. So they haven't actually taken the shipments or anything like that. So we have to watch closely about that. But technically in corn, it shows the trend is actually turning lower. So also there's that gap below that kind of looms a little bit. So we're worried that maybe we're going to fill that gap. It isn't that far below, but still that could be a significant pullback compared to where we've been staying for the last number of days. The range has been very, very tight, and corn has stayed there and just kind of holding in a holding pattern, just waiting to get some news to give it some direction. Now, wheat was lower today. It was kind of a slow technical inside day. The market rallied. Every time it rallies, we get some kind of profit taking to get it off the board right away, and it stalls out, and it stalls each rally because we really need more information to give it more significant movement, especially at this area now, because we've kind of pushed through a couple of resistance areas, and we're going to need more fundamental news or more realistic buying, or at least fund buying, to kind of push this market up. That's why we see the pullback today, about a nickel or so. But these prices are always do bring in profit taking, and maybe tomorrow we're going to see it swing back up again. So we're going to see the ebb and flow of these markets kind of choppy. I expect that to be the same for the next 2 weeks. We really don't have any other news until the crop report comes in January, and of course then that's going to totally begin that 2019 process.